What's going on, guys? This is Kaishiro. Welcome back. We are back with another video. On this video, we're going to cover OCG Metagame Report and decklist reviews for the past week. We do have July 16 to July 23. So a short span of days, but we are going to see which decks have top on major regions like Japan, South Korea, China, and Taiwan, and also the biggest events of Japan Championship and also the WCQ Asia Finals. So without further ado, let's start. So moving on our first here, we do have a 3v3 tournament in Japan. First place would be Snake Eyes, Sinful Spoils, Finsmith. So played 1 for 1 into the main deck. Another way to start your place and probably discard one of the cards that you probably need on the graveyard. And I think it's really nice tech here. Especially we have lost 2 copies of Ash already and 1 Bonfire. So another way to start their play. And played Solemn Judgment, quite unusual for Snake Eyes because they often would play there can be only one and summon limit only as they're going first cards or even anti-spell. But yeah, Solemn Judgment could definitely protect your board from the likes of Dark Ruler No More and Forbidden Droplet. And next would be Tenpai Dragon, so triple multi-chami Purulia into the main deck. And I think it could be really nice once you resolve it off, paired with Maxi. You draw a lot of cards and you get to hand trap your opponent. And I think it will be replaced by the new multi-chami card, the multi-army, yeah, coming from Rota. So it is a more better going second card and more rounded. You get more draws from special summons. So it is like the second copy of Maxi. So yeah, I think this would get replaced, but it is probably going to see side deck action moving forward. Next would be Snake Eyes, pure, yeah, with Magician Souls and Chicken Game. So Chicken Game, another way to improve the consistency of the Snake Eyes, and also play triple anti-spell. Like I've said earlier, it's been the more popular option over the Judgment because anti-spell is anti-spell. You turn off 30-40% of the cards on the main deck of most people. So yeah, it is a really strong card. And yeah, moving on, we do have RGBT tournament from Japan. First place would be Ancient Gear. So this is gaining massive traction recently in Japanese metagame and also Korean. So Ancient Gear are also seeing play towards the NAWCQ recently in TCG. So people are now seeing the importance and relevance of a deck like Ancient Gear that can go second and OTK. So this is like 10 by 2.0 by most people. They have claimed that it is a very legitimate and powerful contender of a going second deck right now. And looking on their opinions, I think it's very valid. I think I could also get the same sentiments on this Ancient Gear because you deal so much high output of damage and also you can swarm easily using this deck. And also your going second is really strong with the Purulia and Shifter. Those are very strong when going second. Paired with Floodgates once you go first like the Fissure. So you could pretty much control the match even though your opponent lets you go first. Next would be content warning sensitive content. So this would be 3v3 champion, yeah, in Japan. This would be Yubel Finsmith. So played rivalry of warlords towards the side deck. I think it's really also nice considering that the Tenpai Dragon and Voices Voice are going to struggle around the rivalry and also the Snake Eyes and probably Rescue Ace. So yeah, I think it's decent enough to see action here, but I would prefer something like things like Judgment over the rivalry and other floodgates for Yubel because you are very prone to Dark Ruler No More and even Change of Heart and Droplet. So yeah. And next would be 3v3 tournament once again. First place would be Tenpai, rather Snake Eyes, Sinful Spoils, Finsmith, so with triple Nibiru towards the main deck. So I think Nibiru is decent in the current meta game. You are going to have a field day against rogue decks and combo decks. But yeah, some decks won't even lose towards Nibiru. That's why it is kind of a hit or miss when you include Nibiru towards the main deck. Next would be Rescue Ace. So Rescue Ace with Triple Reaper towards the side deck. So it plays a target of Phantom of Yubel towards the side deck. So it is very interesting to see Reaper because you're going to cancel out the Yubel and also the Link 2 of Winsmith, which is very massive, and also Promethean, no, on some cases. So yeah, really adjacent card. And next would be Rescue Ace once again. So this time with Ghost Ogre towards the side deck. So Ghost Ogre is pretty interesting. You don't really need Ghost Ogre against the tier 3 to 4 decks. But on some high tier decks like Voices Voice, Yubel, and Tenpai, the Ghost Ogre could definitely make a lot of sense. Next would be another 3v3 from that same tournament. First place would be Yubel Finsmith. So very standard, nothing too extravagant here. I think it's the same deck list as earlier. The only difference would be the trap card into the main deck. Next would be Snake Eyes Finsmith. So played one Mourner and one Droll towards the main deck. I really like this Mourner towards the main deck because this is very valuable once you draw it off from Maxi. You are going to have a peace of mind that you are going to draw into something valuable coming off from Maxi, aside from getting your imperms and roll, which doesn't really get impact on drawing it off from Maxi because you cannot play it on your field. And next would be Snake Eyes once again. So this time with Power Sync Stone on the side deck, it's gaining massive traction, massive traction towards the side deck of many people in Japan. The Power Sync Stone is probably the another option of Floodgate that you could play aside from the summon limit. There can be only one and anti-spell. So the Power Sync Stone is like a second copy of Skill Drain, and it is more free towards the decks like Snake Eyes, where you get to get effects as well on your field. So yeah, really strong Floodgate. Next would be Labyrinth. So this time, trap heavy Labyrinth with the Black Goat Loves and the Equation trap card. I forgot the name. So this has been the trend recently on Labyrinth decklist. They're playing this mathematical trap card, and yeah, it's really hard because when you don't know how to solve this card, I think you will definitely get misplaced or illegal activations. But once you know how to calculate and compute this card, I think it's really massive for this Labyrinth. Next would be Snake Eyes. So yeah, pretty standard deck list. Just played the Black Coat Loves towards the side deck. And next would be Snake Eyes once again with the Barone package, made popular by Chinese and Taiwanese people from the recent success of Wang Chaching on the WCQ Asia Finals. He expressed how massive this Chorizo and Barone is towards the extra deck of the... Oh, it's the same deck list of Wang Chaching. So this is Wang Chaching himself. So this is his deck list from the WCQ Asia Finals. So Chorizo, no? Very interesting card. People are not really expecting that this card would be relevant on the metagame as early as possible. So now people are going to buy out Chorizo and probably will start playing like this deck list of Wang. And next would be Weibo CS in China. First place would be Sprite, Finsmith, Frogs. So this is like modern Sprite, no? With Finsmith. And also the TCG tech here, the Ice Barrier tech. So pretty much good stuff. Next would be Synchron. Synchron 60 card with Centurion and Super Heavy Samurai, another pile deck. Next would be Tachyon. So Tachyon with Horus, a great way to improve your resiliency and consistency on this deck. You get to rank 8 easily using the Horus and Tachyon cards. And next would be Ancient Gear. So another Ancient Gear. This is the second Ancient Gear on our report. This time it focused more on going second with Droll, Nibiru, and Lightning Storm. Those are cards that will definitely help you break the boards of your opponent. And yeah, next would be Marineford TCG in Korea. So first place would be Trap Tricks. So it's been a while since I have seen Trap Tricks. I think this deck is pretty nice considering that you have a toolbox of trap cards and hole cards that you could counter the meta like Grave Diggers, Floodgate, Trap Hole. Very strong cards to answer the Yubel and Snake Eyes right now. And next would be Ritual Beast. So played Dominus Purge, no? So it's been the debate on Ritual Beast decklist whether they would play the Dominus Purge or not. But for me, I think it's nice because it's a second copy of Ash Blossom. Next would be SHS, Adamantipator with Millennium and Finsmith. So basically pile deck. So played Sphere Mode and Denko Seka. Wow, interesting Denko Seka. I think Denko Seka could be good on some matchups, but I'm not really a fan of Denko Seka on this build. And next would be Rescue Ace Finsmith. Standard, yeah, standard deck list. Side deck the copy of Reinforce and Field Spell because those can be bricky when on game 1. So yeah, I think it can be double-edged sword when your Field Spell is on your side deck because you are losing grind game potential of this deck. And Rescue Ace is probably one of the biggest and strongest decks that could grind out matches. But when you side out the copy of Field Spell, you're going to rely on controlling the match early on and winning on the turn 3 or 4. Next would be next play, CS from Japan. First place would be Snake Eyes, Finsmith. So this time we double Droll and double Nibiru towards the main deck. And evenly matched, no? I think people are not considering evenly matched enough because they would play something like Dark Lure No More or other hand drops like Phantasmi over thinking of playing evenly match. But evenly match is massive against Rescue Ace. Next would be Snake Eyes. So Snake Eyes Finsmith. So this time with triple Sphere Mode. So Sphere Mode is recently gaining popularity from the recent WCQ Asia Finals from the Rescue Ace player that have played twice on feature match and played Sphere Mode on his opponent. So he basically broke the board of Yubel and Rescue Ace and Snake Eyes on those occasions. So I think it's a really strong side deck card and cannot be countered by Judgment and Anti-Spell as well. Next would be Infernoid. So this is a very toxic and cancerous deck. And I think the Reasoning, Grass, and the Monster Gate are all obnoxious here with Triple Trust. So you don't even need to play hand drops, no? On this list. You didn't even play hand drop. The only aim of this deck is to out-resource the opponent and outgas them. Next would be Finsmith, Snake Eyes. So another engine deck but this time with Baldrake towards the side deck. So Baldrake are very interesting here. I think it could be a decent form of extra interruption once you banish the Luri and you still have light or dark monster in your field. You get to have another banishing effect as well from the Baldrake. Next would be, wow, Unchained Goblin Biker Finsmith. Wow. So it plays Goblin Biker engine towards this Unchained. Maybe it is another way of interaction and extender to some degree. So yeah, this could be really strong. The only problem that could definitely halt this deck could be Droll and Lockbird and Nibiru. But other than that, I think it's really solid. It could be very innovative and many people could adapt this deck list from Delight CS in Korea. Next would be Tetsu Shared Tournament. Tetsukara Fuda Shared Tournament in Japan. First list would be Dino. So Dino with One Small World, no? Another card to improve the consistency of Dino. And probably you could also search Dogoran, which could be massive against decks like Phantom of Yubel on their board and also the Appaloosa. So another way to out the boss monster of your opponent. Next would be Yubel Finsmith. So we double Droll towards the main deck. Didn't play Baldrake on this, yeah. Very standard Yubel deck list. And only one Beckoning Beast, no? So I think it's been the trend on most Yubel players in Japan. They're playing one Beckoning Beast only because they are trying to play around Droll. Because Droll can be very destructive against the Yubel shenanigans of adding cards. And next would be Snake Eyes. So Snake Eyes with Raigeki, double Raigeki, no? Interesting. Maybe he wants to catch his opponent off guard when they don't establish Omni Negate. And we still have another deck. This would be Runic. So Runic with Shifter on the main deck. Possibly really threatening, no? Considering that they would just set and resolve the Shifter. They don't need to commit too much when going first on this and just stun the opponent. Yeah, practically that's the gameplay of Runic. Next would be Shared Tournament from Weibo in China. Another pile deck, 60 card, Melodious, Shadal, Finsmith, Branded, Bestial, all of those crazy fusion decks are present here. Next would be Zombie. Yeah, Zombie. Zombie World with Finsmith and Horus. It's been a while since I have seen this deck. So it has also FTK roots with the Mayakashi Goldsmith Girl and Rollback. So yeah, very insane. Considering that you're going to just mill cards with the grass, with the zombie vampire. And these zombies are really threatening. Once they can set up the zombie world and also the Mayakashi, it's game over. And next would be Tier Elements. Yeah, Tier Elements. Tier Elements file, of course. Another 60 card Tier Elements. And next would be Branded Tier Elements. What is with this tournament? It is top with top 4 60 card decks. Wow. This is Chinese cookery at its finest. They like to play pile decks, 60 card decks with grass. So I'm not a stranger about this stuff in China. Next would be Dakro Championship. Would first place would be Yubel Finsmith. So played one Ultimate Slayer on the side deck. Can be decent, no? Against the mirror match, and also decks that would like to have really threatening boss monsters on their field. Next would be Unchained, yeah, Unchained once again with Finsmith, and played Sanctum. So Sanctum really massive for this Unchained. You could pop your own Sanctum and the rest is history. You could stun the opponent and floodgate them. So yeah, really massive here. Next would be Yubel Finsmith. So played one Reaper on the side deck and triple Purulia. Next would be Tenpai Dragon with triple Bell on the main deck. So Ghost Bell, really important to stop the Luri and other graveyard stuff on this current metagame. So I think, yeah, Bell over DD Crow. The DD Crow will be relegated towards the side deck, and Ghost Bell will get the favored inclusion towards the main deck. Really nice. And next would be Tetsu Shared Tournament. First place would be Rescue Ace. So yeah, standard build. Next would be Ayu Belfin Smith. So another standard build. This time with triple evenly match. Yeah, against probably Rescue Ace. Next would be Whitewoods. Wow, Whitewoods with Finsmith. Yeah, Finsmith. So it plays a lot of floodgates, no, on the side deck with the Synchro Zone, which can halt the opponents from attacking you, and you're going to rely on Synchro Monsters and just beat the opponent from your high attack Synchro Monsters. Next would be Tenpai Dragon with Gamma package towards the main deck. Interesting. And next would be Galaxy. Yeah, Galaxy Photon Dragon. 45 card tapping deck. First place probably. Yeah. Went undefeated and played a bunch of interesting cards. First would be the Talent. On the main deck, Talent is really nice here. You could go first and your opponent will obviously hand trap you. So the Talent could trade cards better. And also goes in match. So goes in match is really, what do you say, underrated, yeah, to some degree, because most people are not expecting goes in match. Even the pro players will not expect goes in match on the side deck. And if your deck is like Galaxy or Voices Voice or Tenpai, you could get away. Yeah, possibly. You could get away with goes in match to stun the Finsmith decks. Next would be Zerk. Yeah, Magician. So, pen best deck with Threatening Roar. Wow. Another interesting deck here against Tenpai Dragon. Next would be shared tournament in Japan. First place would be Tier 11 Smith. So there's been a bunch of Tier 11's copium list recently. They're just trying to make the deck work because yeah, who knows where they could find the correct deck list and make Tier 11's work. And next would be Mementotlan. So triple Dark Ruler no more and triple Appointer. So Appointer very massive to out the Sphere mode, the Santa Claus, the Kaijus, and also Dark Ruler no more against the Yubel matchup. And next would be Rescue Ace with triple Impulse on the main deck. So Impulse is very underrated. I have seen the importance of Impulse on the recent Japanese Championship 2024 where they could resolve Impulse and get draws from attacker, and also Impulse is an extra body on your field and potentially could make you link climb towards Little Knight or the link 2 of Close Sky Goddess going towards your Finsmith line of play. Next would be Whitewoods Eldritch. Wow, very spicy. So yeah, you discard the spell and traps and you get value from it, from the Conquistador. And didn't even play Wakero, no? So no Wakero. Interesting. So yeah, moving on. We do have an Acacia Cup in Japan. First place would be Snake Eyes, Fire King, Finsmith. So with Super Poly on the main deck. Wow. So Super Poly potentially could swoop the boards of Yubel and Voiceless Voice, and even Tenpai Dragon could really struggle when they don't really play around Super Poly. They could get off guard with the Super Poly. And next would be Rescue Ace. So double Nibiru and double Veiler. So prioritize Nibiru over Droll. Next would be Yubel. Just standard, nothing too fancy here. Next would be Snake Eyes. Another standard is double Talent on the side deck and one Pankratops on the side deck. So yeah, Pankratops, good card to out the floodgates like Summon Limit. There can be only one, and even Skill Drain. Next would be another topping tournament from the Night Cup. First place would be Runic with Tyrant's Tirade, no, on the main deck. So you tribute the tokens, yeah, tokens of the Sleipnir, and you stun the opponent from that, and also Torrential. Wow, interesting. Torrential on the main deck of Runic. It's been a while since I have seen that, to be honest. And next would be TD, Thunder Dragon with Bestial and Finsmith. So of course Colossus is massive once you set up Colossus. There's not many decks that could play around Colossus effectively. And next would be Labyrinth with triple Phantasmi towards the main deck. So really nice. You get to discard cards from the Phantasmi and also get draw power from Phantasmi. And possibly the format right now is catered around Link monsters with the top 3 best decks being Link decks, Yubel, Snake Eyes, and Rescue Ace. Next would be another Ancient Gear. This time with Super Poly. Yeah, Super Poly on the side deck. Oh, main deck. And Sales Ban. Wow, Sales Ban. So you are possibly trying to play around Nibiru or Droll once you go first. Or rather, go second. So yeah, Sales Ban is really spicy here. Next would be Infernoid, 60 card. So, with Lair, wow. With Lair of Darkness, interesting. So, Lair could potentially be a hassle because you're going to tribute the opponent's monster and you get so much value from the Lair engine here of Infernoid. Next would be Tetsu Shared Tournament. This time with Heroes on the topping first place. So, of course, Dark Law is Dark Law. And played Baguska, no? So, Baguska, another alternate end board if you don't draw the nuts on this hero. Next would be Infernoid with the Black Goat Loves on the main deck. Then, Pure Fire King, wow. So, without the Poplar, the Sinful engine, yeah, just pure control Fire King with the Promethean access. So yeah, really insane here. Next would be Chimera, Finsmith, with playing the new hero, Evil Hero, engine here. That is one card Finsmith combo. and really immense value for this Chimera Finsmith. Next would be Weibo Shared Tournament in China. First place would be Snake Eyes Finsmith with 3 Bestials on the main deck and 1 Silvera as well. Next would be Wang Fushol Mekanko. Wow, what is this? Mekanko, yeah, possibly you could go second comfortably on this deck with the Mekanko engine. And next would be Sky Striker. Wow, Sky Striker, 2018 deck, still proving its worth in 2024, 6 years later. So yeah, very massive when you could see Sky Striker that could definitely top tournaments and also control the metagame right now with its sheer draw power. And next would be Exodia, Millennium Exodia. Control and played Generator engine towards the main deck. Wow, interesting. And next would be HSCS in Korea. First place would be Labyrinth. Yeah, Labyrinth with double duality on the main deck and tech in copy of Runic Flashing Fire, if I'm not mistaken. So you get protection from the Flashing Fire and also banishing effects and also deck out. So yeah, I think it is interesting to see here Flashing Fire. Next would be Ice Barrier Kashtira. Oh, Ice Barrier with Kashtira Ogre. So play Dogwood on the side deck. Really nice for a combo deck like Ice Barrier once you go into time with your long combos and possibly drag the game down on last minutes. So Dogwood could definitely make a lot of sense here. And next would be Marineford TCG tournament. First place would be Rescue Ace. We double DD Crow on the side deck. And next would be, what is this? Gimmick Puppet. Yeah. Even though Gimmick Puppet loss is 2 copies of FTK enablers, it is still very functional. Still can do the FTK line of play and still consistent. Next would be, wow, Drytron. With only 1 Diviner towards the main deck, I think the trend on Drytron would be playing the deck as pure as it sounds. It didn't even need to play the Diviner anymore. And next would be Phantom Knights. Yeah, Phantom Knights. So moving on, we do have Infernoid once again. So played Rise to Full Height into the main deck. So another way to disable the OTK prowess of Tenpai Dragon. Next would be Yubel. Yeah, another Yubel with 1 talent on the main deck. And also the new hero. Yeah, pseudo starter of Finsmith probably. And moving on, we do have Melodious Fairy. Yeah, Melodious Fairy with Horus. 53 card only. Interesting. This is kinda spicy here. And next would be Mementotlan. So Mementotlan with Chorizo. And I think you have a lot of ways to access the Chorizo on this Mementotlan. And moving on, we do have Rescue Ace with triple sphere mode. So like I've said earlier, Rescue Ace have adapted the sphere mode onto their side deck because they could get away with Finsmith Engraver start and also Witch and also Emergency and Bonfire. So yeah, they can play without their normal summon any at all. And next would be wow, Visas Finsmith. Very spicy. So yeah, it played the Evil Czar rank 6. So you have 2 options to make. I didn't even play the Beatrice because you don't really have dump targets on this. So just control the match with the Visas and probably Link Climb going to Top Hat or Apollousa. Next would be Fire King. Yeah, Fire King. Without the Sinful Spoils. Only play the 2 popular. So it is just a starter for Bonfire play. And the original. And next would be Runic Bestial. So this is a very Joshua Schmidt type of deck with triple regain on the main deck and 3 Quem So you get to synchro. Yeah, synchro on this deck. Possibly going to Barone or Dispater. And just hope for the best when utilizing this runic engine, deck out the opponent, gain draw power. So yeah. Next would be Snake Eyes with Magician Souls towards the main deck and one chicken game. Next would be Tenpai Dragon. So with Forbidden Droplet on the side deck. It's been the trend on Tenpai Dragon recently. They are now playing Droplet on their side deck because Droplet is too costly and the Bell or Droll is much more better against the Finsmith decks. Next would be Ritual Beast. Yeah, played the Pendulum card of Ritual Beast. Another good extender. And yeah, played triple anti-spell to protect the Reiroturi and Baguska and Masquerena. Next would be Voiceless Voice with triple Dominus Purge into the main deck. They are playing Dominus Purge over Veiler. And yeah, also played Evenly Match. So Evenly Match is getting a bit of traction recently. Maybe people are respecting the Rescue Ace even more better. And next would be Rescue Ace once again. Speaking of the devil, we do have another Rescue Ace here. So with Santa Claus and Pancrataps on the side deck. Interesting. Also played the Pointer package from the Blue Angel of Tears, and you could start your Finsmith play with this, and you get protection from the sphere mode of your opponent and other cards that Judgment and Anti-Spell couldn't stop. Next would be Snake Eyes. So Snake Eyes Fire King. So yeah, I didn't play Finsmith into this. Just the old, good old Fire King Snake Eyes. And next would be Tenpai Dragon once again. So this is different from the usual Tenpai Dragon recently. It played Lightning Storm and Forbidden Droplet towards the main deck. And also played the Koei Kimiru Dragon on the side deck. Possibly a good tech against the Yubel and Voices Voice. Because most people in Japan are not going second when they're playing Tenpai Dragon against Yubel or Voices Voice. They will opt to go first and set up the seals going into this Koei Kimiru Dragon and possibly stun the Yubel from that moment. And next would be Thunder Dragon Pure. Wow. Control Thunder Dragon with Shifter, Nibiru, and Skill Drain. Very beautiful deck building here on this player went X1 yeah. Lost on top 8 from Jihong Jong in Korea. And next would be HSCS 5v5 yeah, 5v5 tournament. We do have Snake Eyes. So triple judgment. Yeah, triple judgment on the side deck. We double Phantasmi, didn't even play Cosmic Cyclone because Cosmic Cyclone is not that really great right now. And next would be Nanahoshi CS in Japan. First place would be Yubel. Of course, Yubel with Dogwood. So Dogwood, we do have seen a lot of Dogwoods recently, no? And next would be Yubel, another Yubel with different dimension grounds on the side deck. Next would be Sprite Tri Brigade. So yeah, the Sprite engine definitely carries the Tri Brigade. Even though Tri Brigade is kinda slow, kinda boring and repetitive compared to other decks right now. Even though I am a Tri Brigade player myself, I could definitely say that this deck is really not in a good position to compete, and you would rely on Sprite and Nimble to do its job, and possibly Fire King or Horus. And next would be Snake Eyes. Yeah, Snake Eyes again with Solemn Strike and Solemn Judgment. So bunch of going first cards na on the side deck. 2 Judgment, 2 Strike, and Floodgates of Summon Limit and Tisibu, and the Black Goat Luffs. So bunch of going first cards. And next would be Yubel Finsmith once again. So yeah, standard. Nothing to say too much about this. Just played that trap. And next would be another Tetsu Karafuda shared tournament. This would be Yubel Finsmith. And played Veiler into the main deck over the likes of Droll and the Bestials package. And next would be Chimera. Yeah, Chimera, Finsmith. Oh, yeah, Chimera, Finsmith. With one Santa Claus on the main deck and Skullmeister. Wow, it's been a while since I've seen Skullmeister. And possibly Skullmeister is very underrated right now. The only problem will be it can be chain block. Yeah, that's the difficult part on this Skullmeister. Next would be Labyrinth. So Labyrinth with 2 rollback. Next would be Trap Tricks. So Trap Tricks, probably the second Trap Tricks on our report. Yeah. So yeah, Trap Tricks very interesting to see. I think it is playing Raika. Yeah, it is playing Raika. Ragnaraka towards this Trap Tricks deck build. Next would be Spiral. Spiral Snake Eyes. Wow. The Tier 0 of 2019 Spiral paired with the modern broken deck of Snake Eyes. Very interesting to see. And Triple Change of Heart, very massive against the Yubel matchup. Once you steal their monsters and they don't have Omni Negate like Veldrat on their field. And next would be Fire King, another Fire King. Fire King is gaining a lot of reps recently on Japan and Korea. I think people are tired of playing pure Snake Eyes and they want more smoke or gas from this Fire King. Next would be Tenpai Dragon once again. So yeah, standard deck build of Tenpai Dragon. Played Unending Nightmare on the side deck. Interesting. Could out the floodgates and also the barrier. And the field spell of Tenpai and also the Nightmare Pain. Next would be Blackwing, wow, with triple small world. So the only Blackwing reps that I am seeing are on the Master Duel. So it really surprises me that Blackwing can still perform in the OCG. Next would be Chimera, Finsmith, yeah, with double talent on the main deck, and Wanghu Tiger, of course. Another busted card here for Chimera. And next would be Labyrinth with the new mathematical equation card and Solemn Strike towards the main deck. The only hard trap would be Maxino. So this is heavy, rugged control of Labyrinth deck building. And next would be Infernoid. So standard, yeah. Played Lava Golem instead of Sphere Mode. And next would be Earth Pile. Yeah. So this is really insane. You can stun the opponent from the Earth Bear statue. And there are no Earth decks right now aside from the Earth Good Stuff. Or possibly Ancient Gear, yeah. And next would be another Tetsu Shared Tournament. First place would be Snake Eyes. Yeah, Snake Eyes. Standard. This time played Cosmic Cyclone on the side deck to respect the floodgates. And next would be Yubel. Yeah, Yubel with triple Unending Nightmare. Wow, interesting. And next would be Snake Eyes. Yeah, with Dark Imprisoning Mirror. So, can be really decent against the Yubel matchup. And next would be Fire King. With Sanctum. Yeah, Sanctum on the side deck. Next would be another Gimmick Puppet. This time with Horus. So it played Power Sing Stone as well on the side deck. And also the Horus could potentially make your life easier going into rank 8 place and protecting your board like the Photon Lord and having floodgates like the Sanafond. And next would be another Tenpai Dragon, this time with one Phantasmi on the main deck. Really nice tech here. Definitely I am going to look for a worth of this Phantasmi, one off in the main deck. And next would be Mementotlan with triple talent on the side deck. So I wonder if Mementotlan really struggles badly against Handtrap. Possibly he don't really have going first cards in his mind. So he played talent over floodgates. Next would be Dragon Link. Yeah, Dragon Link. So from Japan, yeah. So 5-0 Dragon Link. And played a bunch of going first cards on the side deck with the double anti-spell and triple judgment. Next would be Finsmith, Rescue Ace. So another standard build, just played Cosmic Cyclone. And next we do have Tenpai Dragon. So played triple Phantasmi on the side deck. So Phantasmi is definitely a strong card in this current metagame. We have seen a lot of Phantasmi on the WCQ Asia and Japan Championship. So yeah, probably one of the strongest side deck cards to play. And next would be Komachi CS in Japan First place would be Yubel, Finsmith. So yeah, standard. Next would be Yubel, another Yubel. So what could go wrong, no? Yubel is the best deck, and no contest about this. Yubel is probably the strongest deck before Rota. And next would be Snake Eyes with Triple Nibiru on the main deck. And next would be Rescue Ace with uh, an interesting tech card between the Heavy Storm and Reinforce. I don't know the name of this card, yeah. And yeah, moving on, we do have Snake Eyes. So Snake Eyes with Judgment and Scolding on the side deck. Next would be another Memento Land. So this time it opted to play Floodgates. Different from the earlier that saw Talent on the side deck. This time with the more standard anti-spell. And there can be only one on this Memento Land. And next would be Tenpai Dragon with standard build. Yeah, standard. Next would be another Tenpai Dragon. Wow! With Finsmith. Wow, interesting. So, I don't know if he wants to go first on this build. But possibly it could, no? He could potentially get an Omni-Negate set up from this Finsmith. And the Tenpai would end on something like the Seals. Yeah. Interesting deck building here. Next would be Rescue Ace with triple droplet into the main deck. And next would be another Dragon Link 60 card with Dragon Maid Engine towards the deck. And no hand traps, no? Just pure gas. Very TCG-esque way of deck building here. Just relied on trust and talent to trade better. And yeah, that sums up our OCG Metagame report from July 16 to 23. So once again, thank you for watching this video. If you found this video informative and helpful, please consider subscribing in my YouTube channel. It definitely motivates me a lot to keep going and provide this content for you guys. So thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.